it's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet. How is everybody doing today? Today is Thursday, I don't know, my watch isn't telling me, the 5th, Thursday the 5th of September, and you'll maybe see this today. I know a video went out this morning that was supposed to go out yesterday, but I forgot to do the things that you need to do. So it went out this morning. So maybe this one will go out tomorrow. Maybe it'll go out tonight. I don't know. You never know with me what's going to happen. But I want to welcome you to my second yarn room, to the recovery room. I don't know, to where I am. Welcome you to my channel. How's that? I want to thank you for coming in and spending a few minutes with me today. I don't have a lot to talk about or a lot to show you, but I did get some happy mail. And so Lynanne from Nina's Knots Crochet, I always want to put a next in there, and I know it's not there. She sent me a package because Big Lots had yarn, and she got to go buy some yarn, and that was the day after my surgery. I need a replacement, and I'm still not allowed to drive. And at that point, I couldn't even get down the stairs. So she was so kind. She went shopping and she found some yarn and she sent some to me. But then she had some other stuff in there too. And I finally was with her last night in Zoom after the unboxing that we did on Juan's channel. And you guys, the blankets are just coming in. They're just flying in from Boggy Creek. We have over 400 now. It's amazing. Just totally amazing. It's been a month. So we're real excited about this. Anyway, when someone I know sends me happy mail, I like to open it with them, like in Zoom or wherever, and then show it. So I have opened it. She did set the little note included in, but let me show you what first of all, she put a couple of things in there. She gave me this big sticker. Can you see? Yeah, the big yarn ball sticker, which I totally love. I don't know where I'm going to put that. I think I want to put it on my car, in the car window. That's what I think I need. But that means I have to wash the windows. And I can't get around good enough to get in and out of my car for that. Maybe Roy will do it for me. But that poor man, I feel like I work him to death now because he's doing so much things that I can't do still. I mean, I did them for him too, but he's working and I wasn't. I was able to arrange my schedule to have like a month off when he had his surgeries. And, he can't do that. I could just arrange my schedule. He works full time. I only worked a couple days a week, so it was easy to do that. Anyway, I just feel like he's running ragged and I feel bad about it, so I don't want to ask him to do anything extra. Anyway, I love that. And then this thing, I just need this whole thing right here. Sorry for the crinkle, but I'm taking it out of the bag so you can see it. I just really need this to be on a t-shirt. It says, crochet fills my days, yarn fills my living room, dining room, bedroom, closets. Truthfully, that is how it is in my house. There's hardly a room that doesn't have yarn in it anymore. I do buy it all on sale. Preferably clearance sale. So anyway, I love this, and I really do want it plastered on a t-shirt. So I might have to go to an Etsy shop and have that done. So then came the yarn. She was gracious enough and sweet enough to buy me these. Don't you love them? They are the Roll With It with Sparkle. They were $4. $4. The color is called Whisper, or Gray Whisper. And it's the purples and the grays, and I just love it. This is a Red Heart yarn. It's 97% acrylic, 3 other fibers, which is, probably can you see it? There you go. Probably the metallic. 5.29 ounces, 150 grams, which is 161 yards, 531 meters. It says use a 5mm hook. And I believe this pattern comes on it or with it, or you can get it free probably from Yarn Inspirations. Or Red Heart or whatever. I totally love the yarn. Thank you so much for this. And this. And then there's more. Are you ready? She gave me more. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? Now, she said this came from Temu. I don't have a Temu app. It would be so dangerous for me to have that app, so I just don't download it. But look at this. I'm going to say it's probably a DK weight. Let's see, what did I say this was? Did I say what this was? Oh, this is a 4 weight. This says this is a 4. I think it's thin for a 4, but okay. Let's see. I just want to see if I can compare the two together. This is smaller. This is smaller than this. So I think this looks more like a 3. And this is probably then a 2 or a 3. Maybe it's a 3. I'm going to say go 3. 2 or 3. Isn't it beautiful? I don't want to unwind it because I will never get it put back together like that. It's a lot. I don't think they generally, when you get stuff from Temu, they don't give you much information. It's not a toy. It's 100% acrylic, made in China. Shadow. Don't know. That's the label. What is it in there? There you go. That's what we get. So, it's beautiful. And it's soft. And it's gorgeous. Can I say that enough? I totally love it. Thank you so much, Lynanne. It is, you know what, I'm going to take a picture of this and throw it on my thumbnail of all the pretties. And I don't want to show her a dress. I don't know what a dress she put on here, but look at the bag. I love the bag. Came in a really cool bag. I have purple bags when I send out stuff. And so because she sent me this, she is going to do a test pattern for Juan, the Yarn Addict. He's starting something new on his channel, and she's going to do a test. And she needed, they were looking for, last night, the perfect yarn for her to make the test pattern in. And I had this. This is Sweet Divinity, Uncharted Waters is the color. Let me take one out so you can see. So I had a bunch of these. Isn't it pretty? It's right in the color schemes that she loves. She loves, and it's tonal, you know, I mean, there's different colors of the same in there. It's not variegated or anything. It's just like lighter or darker shades of the same yarn. And this is such a nice, soft, wonderful yarn. She needs a lot of yardage, and so I said, hey, I got a ton of these. I think I bought every one of every color when they clearanced them out. I was so disappointed. Disappointed that they were clearance gum. Not disappointed that I got it. So this yarn is a 4 weight, even though, again, I think Sweet Divinity is really more like a 3. It's a very thin 4. Just like this. So maybe I just don't know what a 4 weight really is. It's 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 243 yards, 222 meters, 80% acrylic, 20% nylon. This will give a beautiful drape on a shawl. The only bad thing about these is the donuts. You know, they always fall apart and they're a mess. But anyway, I had a ton of this color, so she can make the shawl and make it as big or small as she wants. So I'm going to send her this. I'm going to package this up today and put a couple of things in there. But we weren't planning on a swap, but apparently we're doing a swap. And that's what I'm going to send to her. And she knows because we were in this room and I have yarn in this corner over here. It's overflow yarn, I'm sorry to say. I have, so, you know, I have my yarn room, and then there's reminiscent of this pouch. Then there's the overflow. So overflow is in this corner, and overflow is in the landing going up to the attic, and overflow is in the attic, and then projects are downstairs because that's where I crochet most of the time on my comfy couch, particularly now that I can get back downstairs. So the projects are downstairs. The scrap yarn is downstairs. My living room is kind of divided into like a foyer and a living room. So the foyer houses all of I have a basket with all the amigurumi stuff in it. I have like little drawers, plastic dresser drawers that have all of my scrap yarns in it. And my sewing machine table is in there. We converted an old dresser. We took half the shelves out, drawers out of it, and put a chair in there and painted it and put my sewing machine on there. And then in the other half of the drawers are the fabric and yarn, material stuff, you know. Not that I sew all that much, but I had this big last year desire to make a bunch of bags and line them. I still want to do that. I just ran out of time for doing all the things that I want to do. You know, that's my ongoing problem. I have such a big, huge wish list of makes, and you can only make so many things at a time. So, anyway, and then in that corner of the room is also a lot of my books, and but it's got a lot of project bags in it, even though I only like work on maybe 3 rotating things, and things get set in time out until I can pull them back out again because I started something else. Yeah, I don't really like to have a bunch of whips that are outstanding, but my Sophie's Universe that I still want to make, I have a big basket full of yarn down there. It's beautiful. The yarn is beautiful. The basket's really fun to look at. It's got a lot of bright, pretty, beautiful colors in there for Sophie's Universe, and my Sophie's Universe is about this big, and I had to put it down. So that takes up a great deal of space, just that right in itself. Because I think there's 35 skeins of yarn. Not really that many, but it's a lot of yarn in there. So anyway, that corner also has, just off on that little tangent, yarn there, overflow yarn, project bags, scrap. Well, that's project bags and scrap yarn is mostly what's down there. It is what it is. But this yarn, if I counted stash that I've used, like I count my yarn as I use up an entire skein. I take the ball band and I log it that I crocheted all of that. But I don't count things that I give away. But this would be a really good count of things that I given away. Yarn that I've used. A lot of people count what they give away as yarn that they've used out of their stash. I don't. But she's going to get it in her stash, and I hope that she makes. I hope that it works for her for the test pattern that she wants to make. So this is out of here as soon as I can get it out of here. So we're just going to close that up. I wanted to show you, Joe from Joe's Web had sent me this and some yarn, and I don't think I ever showed you guys. I wanted to make, oh, I forgot that my hook was in there. I wanted to make a market, like a messenger bag out of that double XL cotton, and I had one skein in this color, in this colorway. This also came from Hobby Lobby, and it was a clearance yarn, and this color was called Bath Bomb, and I just love the colors. It's so pretty, and this yarn is so soft that, like, I made this was one skein. There's only 50 yards in a skein, so that's not very much, and it took like beginning to end. That's the whole, that's all of it. I didn't even get around enough times. Like I needed to get all the way back to here to make one full round. Um, and that's not big enough to be like a messenger kind of size bag that I wanted. Uh, like to fit your laptop in. The ones that I made last year, I just did, well, I did several small granny squares. Anyway, this isn't going to be enough. I thought I would do one color. I have a couple, she sent me a couple of skeins that, a lot of this color, and then a couple of skeins that were off. And this one was just one skein, and then I think there's one that I have 3 or 4 skeins of. So I thought I'd do one side of the bag in this color, and then the other side and the strap and whatever in the other color. It only had a few skeins. And it's not big enough. And I don't think adding one more skein to this is going to make it big enough. Because I think I have 3 of the other. So like do 2 rounds. Now I've decided I want it to be rectangular anyway. But this yarn is so soft and squishy. And it needs to be like a cowl on your neck. Look at that. This is what needs to happen with this. So I'm going to frog this, and I'm not going to use that yarn. Oh, and I was doing it with this 10 millimeter hook. It says to use a 9, but I always go up a size, and I used a 10. And I like the drape of it. I like the feel of it. So whatever I do find to make with it, it will be with a 10 millimeter hook at least. But this is living back in the little bag that Joe gave me, and I am very sad that it didn't work out. But I can't take all this really soft, luscious yarn and waste it on a bag, because not soft yarn will work really good for the bag. And that yarn just says make a cowl or a scarf, you know, and that's what it needs to be, something soft around my neck. Just keeps shouting that at me, so I have to do it. And I went looking. Laura taught me how to use Ravelry, and I told her, I asked her to do a video, so everybody that doesn't know how to use Ravelry, like I don't, could learn how to use it. No political stuff involved. It's just a yarn place to find your patterns and whatever. And so I was searching, and I thought I found like a shawlette, and then I decided I really don't want it to be a shawl. I put it in my favorites, and I'm like that because I liked the stitch pattern, but I really don't like to wear shawls too much unless they're the kind that will stay on my shoulders, that don't hold anything. And it would just be a shawlette, so you just wear it like in the front, and I kind of like that idea. But I saw a tutorial that I keep thinking of on YouTube, where it's like a cowl neck, and you put the cowl over, and then it's got the yarn here, and I'm thinking, ooh, that might be a really good make for this yarn. So I want to find that again, and I just can't remember who it's by, but I might have it saved in a playlist. I might have got rid of that playlist because it was like 9,000 things, and it was just, oh, this is like my wish list playlist. And the things were starting to get dusty. They've been sitting there so long, some of them. So I don't remember. It's like, I think it had like a granny square looking kind of, it wasn't really a granny square, but I mean, you know, decorative on your chest, and maybe a little fringe. So maybe this wouldn't work out with the fringe. I don't know. But then this like chunky cowl, and I would have to make it loose because I can't stand anything tight around my neck, but I love the idea of that. And so I think that's the kind of pattern I'm going to look for to go with that particular yarn. And I might still use this really pretty bath bomb color, because, you know, it's bright and cheery. So use that as like the part that goes here, like this, and then use the other colors to go around and then this will be bright and this will be neutral. Or the ones that are, let's see, like this. Do this for around the neck and this in the square for the center part area. If I can figure out how to make that work, because there's not a lot of this, but if you seriously look at this, this would be on me the perfect size to just cover and keep you warm right here. Sometimes I get drafty on my chest, and that would be like the ideal thing, and I really am excited to do that. Again, the wintertime here, it gets cold in Ohio, and yet my body is warm, but I get cold right here. So I think that I would love to have something like that. So anyway, that's that. That's what's going on with that yarn. I did on Ravelry find, Hooker versus Hooker with Laura from Mimi's Crochet and Farming, and Jan, the Alaskan crafter, who she's going to be on vacation in September, so she is taking the month off of Hooker versus Hooker. Jan is, and I am stepping in as Jan this month. And so since Laura taught me how to use Ravelry, I started using that, and I looked through crochet books, and I looked through YouTube, and I found the Hooker versus Hooker pattern that I now have started for September. I was really kind of tired of working on those same blankets, and I'm kind of tired of blankets. I needed a break from blankets because I'm like, oh God, I don't want to pick it up again. I don't want to pick it up again. So I said, well, I got that Hooker versus Hooker, and I wasn't real thrilled about the pattern, the design that we have to do. Normally, it's a very broad design. So for September, you're going to make something fall, and then we can go pick whatever we want to make. But the pickers this time were specific, and we have to make everyone is making the same item. You get to make whatever you want of that item, but it has to be that item, and you have to use the specific colors, which you always have to use. You'll have to go back and watch the video to see what all those things are, but I found something that I am excited to make, and so I started making it. And so I can't show you. You can't see that until the reveal in October for what we did. And then we have a vote, and that'll be on Laura's channel. And I don't know what day yet, but we're supposed to have it done by September 30th. So I had to get started. And I'm making all right progress. I found the, pattern that I'm making, and I started it, and I even worked on it a little bit this morning with my cup of coffee, so I was real excited for that. I'm excited for the pattern, which is good because, like I said, I was getting tired of the blankets, and the cat's meow. You have to pay attention to. Look at the draws today. Oh goodness, I got to go find out what the new number is. Don't look at me for the number because I obviously have a brain problem with that. But I am going to do that. I think that project is downstairs. So I got to watch that video real fast and find out what color to put in my luck of the draw. That is a blanket that I'm having fun with because it's, it's only 7 rows that I'm going to crochet today, and I don't know what color I'm going to use, and it's not just single crochet, not just the same continuous stitch forever. The Tunisian blanket, I'm doing the same stitch all the way through, so that's getting monotonous. I guess that's it, monotonous. And then the cat's meow is the same stitch all the way through, but you got to pay attention because you got to change colors throughout. So so it's a little challenging in that manner. The cat's meow is Tunisian. The other blanket, the Tunisian, I'm just practicing the same stitch, which is great, but it's pretty mindless now. I think I got that pretty good. And yeah, I'm going to do the whole blanket in the same stitch, and I'm good with that, but I need something a little more fun. So the Hooker versus Hooker is fitting that bill. And I picked out my yarn, but it's downstairs. I did work on it up here yesterday, and I have a lot of stuff to do up here today. Um, I had to log all of the blankets that we got in Wednesday night. You know who from who. We keep a record so that we do a giveaway at the end. Every blanket that you donate through us to Boggy Creek, you get put into for a drawing, and there'll be, I'm sure there'll be swag from the swag shop, which will be in all my videos, by the way. We did finally get the Boggy Blanket Brigade swag Teesprings shop together, and it is linked in all my videos. All the proceeds go directly to Boggy Creek. We picked out T-shirts and tote bag and coffee mug, drinkware, hoodies, a sticker. We picked out all that stuff, and that's it. We, put the logo on there that we come up with, and now we just link it, and you guys buy if you want, no pressure, but if you wanted it, and then everything goes from Teesprings right to Boggy Creek, and none of us touch any of that. So there's no controversy that way. So if you want any, that's in there. The playlist of all the makers who are designing blankets for you guys to make for Boggy Creek, just additional suggestions, new things to try if you're looking for a different blanket pattern. We have asked the podcasters that are designers to design some blankets to give you guys some, just new fresh makes to try. And we're keeping a playlist of that, and that playlist will also be in all of my videos as well. So feel free to click on the I think it's called Boggy Creek Blanket Tutorials. Real creative there. But we thought that would be fun for the Boggy Blanket Brigades, all of you that are making blankets for donation, to have some new, exciting, challenging options. So those are all in there. Please feel free to click and crochet away. We do kind of ask that you be mindful that these are kids and they might have allergies, so like acrylic or cotton yarns would be the best. We don't want to worry about having animal allergies to wool. That's it. I think that's all I have. I think you're up to date on what's going on here. I do have that logging to do. And I have some computer work anyway that I have to do. And I have to get this yarn out to Lynanne, because how fun is that? And that's where we're at today, guys. So I appreciate you sticking around. I appreciate you coming in and watching and chatting with me. So gorgeous. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.